Big news on the recruiting front, specifically for running back position. Potential flip in the making with 2027 running back five-star Kaman Spell. What can you tell us there?
Yeah, pretty big one, Mason, with the Penn State commit the Irish offered back in March, scheduling 4 visits for this fall. Notre Dame will get him first on September 13th. Then he'll go to State College on the 27th, Florida State October 4th, Alabama October 18th. So he's going to be seeing some big time games. I think it's Florida State, Miami that game, Bama, Tennessee, I want to say on that October 18th. I want to say that's the Penn State whiteout game on the 27th, and of course Notre Dame A&M. So he's seen some big time college football games, and Spell is the number one running back by Rivals, 247, and ESPN Mason. So this is a big time prospect, and some things to note here about Spell. So the Irish got his, Penn State got his commitment last August. Who was the running backs coach then? Of course, now Notre Dame running backs coach Jaywan Sider. So they have a very close relationship. But back in March, I want to say it was the end of March, Spell visited Penn State. He was going to visit Notre Dame in April, but he put out there, hey, I'm locked in. I'm done. Like, Penn State's where I'm going. My recruitment's shut down. I remember reporting at the time, like, yeah, that's what's going on right now. But there's just no way this one's done. I just don't see. Notre Dame's going to stay in touch with them. And obviously, he's been staying in contact with other schools as well. So Notre Dame is, again, after him. The recruitment is not shut down if he's still going to be taking visits. And in talking to Notre Dame sources, and I reported this, you can find the full story of Blue and Gold in my Lucky Charms piece on Monday, is that Notre Dame feels like it's got some real optimism to actually pull off this flip. It's not easy to flip a player from Penn State in the state of Pennsylvania. But Mason, I know you know this because you tweet about it all the time. Follow my boy Mason. His Twitter is right there. Notre Dame's been shoving Penn State in a locker lately. So can they flip the top running back in the 2027 class? I would not rule it out, Mason. Kaman Spell, definitely one to keep an eye on. And let me just add this real quick. Look, these prospects locking in fall visits, we're talking, 6 weeks out at minimum or so, right? For at least for Notre Dame. So it's tentative. Like, I don't know how many flights and hotels are being booked at this point. So they're not set in stone. They're not 100% booked, but it gives us a good sense of who's really serious about visiting Notre Dame. And if Spell doesn't visit for that A&M game for whatever reason, he's still someone I expect to get to South Bend this fall.
Let's stay on the five-star train. 2027 five-star wide receiver, in-state talent, Munchan Sales. Looks like he's got some business lined up for the fall. Wasn't super sure if he was going to visit Notre Dame, and it's looking like he's going to. So what can you tell us there?
Yeah, report from rival Steve Wiltfong that he has game day visits locked in. Again, locked in, I wouldn't use that term. Scheduled tentatively. I mean, it's more, semantics by me here. But I remember earlier this year, Mason, lots of reports about June official visits back in February. It's like, okay,
right.
And most of the Notre Dame ones that were scheduled that early moved. Like it's just is like it's fine, but just to throw that out there. But with a kid from Indy, Lawrence North, more likely than not, the visit is going to take place. It's 2.5 hour drive or so. I know Mason knows
he's right
that
by
drive.
me down here.
Knows that drive from Indy to South Bend. Mason being a South Bend, born and raised, now living in Indy. But yeah, so Munchan Sales, 6'5", 200 pounds, and number 22 overall player, number 3 wide receiver, according to that Rivals industry ranking. He's been to Notre Dame twice, April 12th, and then he was at the NIU game. Sorry to mention that, last fall. So he's been to Notre Dame a couple times, but I want to throw this out there. Notre Dame landing big-time receiver talent from Indiana. Just looking at the past few classes, I was thinking about this. It's been a while. The 2026 class, the Golford kid from Northrop in Fort Wayne, Ohio State commit, you look at the 2025 class, John Anthony Hall, Notre Dame was in on. He ended up at Stanford. And then, of course, the 2024 class, two big ones, Milan Graham and Nitro Tuggle ending up at Ohio State and Georgia, at least signed with those two programs out of high school. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a little while since Notre Dame signed like a top in-state wide receiver talent. Getting sales on campus, I think, is a big deal. But I think this one's got a little ways to go. I wouldn't be like expecting a commitment from sales anytime soon. But yeah, it's very nice to get this news for sure. I mean, when you have Chicagoland talent and Hoosier State talent and they're big time players, Notre Dame needs to be going after them. You know, if they fit the program and they have that talent level. But yeah, I'm not too sure where this one is going to go, to be honest with you. He's got big time offers, Ohio State, Michigan, some of the schools after him. Indiana, he likes a lot. He's been there a few times already. Long list of offers. He's been to Bama, he's been to Tennessee, he's been to Penn State, he's been to LSU and Oregon. So this one seems like it's very early on in the race.